Whispers of the breeze, secrets unfold. It's you that I need, it's you that I want. When the world gets cold, it's you and me. When the sun comes back, you'll see.
This week has been rough. We went to a wedding out of town, which was so much fun. We had a great time. But unfortunately, on the way back, my husband got sick, and then Max got sick, and then just a couple days ago, I got sick. On top of that, I left the house in a mess before we left, so it's been survival mode for these past couple of days. I have had to prioritize chores over pretty much everything else, so studio time has been negligible. But with survival mode comes that increasing necessity of being present in an individual moment. When I get sick, I tend to get anxious about feeling sick forever. And then I get really sad and frustrated about the time that has passed and how it feels wasted because I haven't done what I would rather be doing. And so I have to take care to be mindful and present of the moment that I'm in without escalating sickness to be mental as well as physical. Because I deal with sickness not only in these kind of normal batches of colds and flus, I also have semi-chronic problems that come back and then go away and then come back and go away, which means that if I don't take care of myself, I can spiral, for lack of a better word. So whenever I'm sick, I just live in that one day. I prioritize food because oftentimes I am either nauseous or not hungry or like kind of feeling weak, fatigued. And so food is priority number one. I have to eat. I prioritize, I guess, priorities. The normal things that have to be done, like taking care of Max, taking care of Bubba, making sure that we have dinner on the table, we have the house not necessarily clean because that's not super important, but like the house is working in the way that we need it to be working. And then on top of that, I prioritize two main things, which is every single day I take time to do one thing for myself physically and one thing for myself mentally to make sure that I am doing something healthy. Outside of those staples, everything else goes away. I don't worry about, I don't do chores unless they're really bad. I don't water the plants. I don't clean the backyard. I don't know. It's just, I don't film. I don't do studio stuff. I don't do anything that isn't in the moment important. So for today, I am recovering from feeling sick. I'm feeling a lot better, but I still am kind of living in that rest mode just to make sure, give myself one extra day to start feeling better. So for today, I did 10 minutes of stretching. That was my body time. A couple days ago, I didn't have this much energy, so it was just like, take a shower. Do that. You can do that. You can take a shower. And honestly, after the shower, it felt amazing. And after stretching, I feel a little bit better. I really do. My body feels less compressed. But something else that I've been doing more for my mind in this past week has been knitting, actually. I set aside my tank top project because I was getting really frustrated with it anyway. And I have just been knitting little squares. I did yesterday a garter stitch square. I love knitting garter stitch. It's one of those things that brings me rhythm. I find it very grounding to do something so repetitive, and it gives my mind space to process, which ultimately I find brings me into a better, happier place I used to just do a crochet chain. I have it. It's just an incredibly long crochet chain. Never ending. It's not going to be anything per se. I just liked doing it. And it's the same with knitting garter stitch. Sometimes I just want to just knit. That is actually what got me started with knitting, is I just wanted something repetitive to do with my hands. I distinctly remember picking up knitting in high school, and I picked it up right before my granny passed away. And I remember I was working on a scarf, just a random garter stitch. It was even like scrap yarn, like it was just random colors, and I remember working on it all the way through like the drive to her place and the funeral, and we spent a lot of time together as family to mourn the loss, and having that project to hold on to was really helpful for me, so that I wasn't just sitting still and feeling restless and lost. I had something tangible to work on while I grieved, and that was monumental for me, and it's something that I've held on to even now. I don't always make something, otherwise I would have 12,000 garter stitch scarves. Sometimes I just like practice a new stitch, or I don't know, I have random swatches that I keep. I probably have gotten rid of some over time, but this time around I thought, I have a baby and he loves fabric and texture, so I am making these little swatches with some of my more textural yarn. I'm choosing wool because I feel comfortable with him chewing on that versus like a plasticky yarn. I don't know how I'd feel about that. But I'm gonna add it to his little basket of fabric swatches, and I gave him one already. He loves it. He played with it for like 20 minutes yesterday, which any toy that gives him 20 minutes of focus is an absolute win. Because I am starting to feel better, I think I might try to start working on the loom again soon. And then I plan on getting back into decluttering the studio. It's been sitting there messy, haunting me. But for today, I am still in rest mode. And so I am going to work on my little knit swatches and just rest.
Oh, dandelion, the strength that you've shown, stronger each year. Look how we hold on through the toughest of times. We still stand strong. Through pavement we will grow. Forever we will grow.
we talk about this incredible weather? I mean, perfection. First of all, I cannot believe that it is currently 74 and sunny. Second of all, I can't believe that it's March. That came so fast. Third of all, I cannot believe that I am already on my third swatch. I thought this would take so much longer. I forgot how quickly knitting goes when you use bigger yarn. This isn't even big yarn, it's just bigger. It's going so well. I'm trying to relearn how to do bobbins. What are the little balls? I have a sweater with balls on it. The little poofs, I don't know how to phrase that. And every time I wear the sweater, Max just chews on the balls. And so I thought I would give him a swatch with that to chew on and enjoy, and not my nice sweater. So I'm working on that right now. I'm doing it in Moss Stitch. I think it's Moss Stitch, because again, I felt like trying it. I felt like practicing it. One thing that I've been working on with these swatches is I noticed in the project that I'm currently doing, the tank top, that my my rib stitch looks better in the round than it does in like back and forth, traditional knitting, whatever the heck that's called. And I thought that was odd. So then I thought, well, maybe I'm actually either knitting or purling wrong. So it's coming out crissy-crossy, normal, but then when I do it in the round, because it's identical, it's fine. I don't know. So one of my swatches, I went and I did all sorts of varieties of rib. So I did like knitting. So I did, the first one was how I normally knit, which is knit into the front. Now I'm questioning myself. I both knit and purl into the front of the stitch. And then I did knitting into the back, purling into the front, and then purling in the back, knitting in the front, and then doing both in the back to see which one came back the neatest. And the odd thing is actually my original way came back the neatest. I thought for sure I was purling wrong, but I guess, I don't know. I still don't know what's going on with that in the tank top, but on the swatch, it definitely looked best both knitting and purling into the front of the stitch. So if y'all are knitters, tell me, do you knit and purl into the front, or do you do it differently? And if so, should I be doing it differently? I don't know. This really challenged my belief in myself as a knitter. I was like, I've been knitting for over 10 years. And I truly do not know if you're supposed to knit into the front or the back of the stitch. I've just always knit into the front because that's what I do. I don't even know where I learned that. I don't know if that's how my mom taught me to do it, or if I just started doing that because it was the easiest option. I will say that on the swatch that I did, I really like the transition of knitting into just the front of the stitch, or like knitting and purling into just the front of the stitch, and then the area where I knit into the back, it makes it looser and it creates a really interesting texture. So I actually might intentionally do that at some point. I'm sure someone out there has already done this and I'm just stumbling onto it. But I actually, yeah, I really like that, so I might try that sometime. So it's been nice to practice different stitches and experiment. I might actually have to look up how to knit a bobbin because I tried it on this and it looks really bad. So clearly my memory is wrong. Other than that, I'm gonna finish this swatch and then I'm gonna return to daily life feeling a lot better. And yeah, I have life to get to.
It's hard to juggle all of my interests with practicality and the reality of illness, so I'm choosing to see little progress as peaceful project making instead of as a failure to produce. It's always important for me to remember that I love crafting for the process and the final result, not just the final result. Anyway, next video will likely be more dedicated studio work, though one never knows for sure. Thank you all for watching. Peace be with you.